มิสสาว
Miss Sao and Bud Kimong Tokwan
เปิด9 โมงครึ่ง
and Pit Kimong
ปิด2 ทุ่มครึ่งถึง3 ทุ่ม
Okay. Not feeling too fantastic today. We're physically okay, but emotionally just a bit pissed off. And I'm pissed off because of the emotions of ties. I've had a couple of interactions. Hang on, I'm trying to get some money here. I've had a couple of interactions with ties over the last few hours or days that have kind of not drained me, but I've just got, why are they like that? I mean, I'll give you an example. Yeah, it's working. I'll give you an example. Is that working? If you ask a Thai, well, not if you ask a Thai a question. I asked a Thai acquaintance of mine a question that they felt uncomfortable answering. Well, obviously, I'll explain why it's obvious. But when I asked them the question, they kind of turned their heads self-consciously. You could see it was calculated. They turned their heads self-consciously and paused and hoped that I wouldn't ask the question again. And that's not the first time I encountered that. This is a saving face kind of thing. This video isn't about saving faces, but my experience of the emotions of Thailand, the emotions of the people. It's a very insular country. And as I said before, they're very uniformed in their behaviour. And that's a behavioural aspect that really, really annoys me. Imagine asking someone a question and they kind of turn their head as if they're trying to bury their head in the sand and hope that you'll move on and won't repeat the question, rather than tell you to your face that they'd rather not answer the question. Did I take everything back there? Hang on. Yeah, I did. By the way, in Thailand at an ATM machine, you put your card in, you select the amount of money you want. It gives you the money first, and you can easily walk away without your card. I don't know what it's like where you're from, but where I'm from in Ireland, it gives you the card first before you take your money, so you can't forget your card. That's another thing that pisses me off. Well, it can do on occasion. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, guys. Here's another one. It all comes out in the wash, don't you know? Anyway, why am I here? I'm in the shade. This is a public washing machine area. But anyway, to go on about this emotional stuff, I was sitting in my condo working on my computer yesterday, and I heard a commotion outside by the pool. And it was a girl who I know to say hello to, and a very respectable, normal, practical girl with a good job. A very good job, actually. But she was screaming at the top of her voice to some other resident. Screaming at the top of her voice in anger. And it was flailing her arms and this, that and the other. It went on for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And I said to myself, this is projected emotion. They are over the top when they lose the plot. They really lose the plot. When I talk about losing the plot, any of you who are married to a Thai woman or who have ever been married to a Thai woman will know what I'm talking about. When my wife loses it, she absolutely loses it, loses complete control. And I might go into a bit of I will go into a bit of detail, but it gets to the stage where it's almost scary. And it's not just my experience with her. I've experienced this many, many times in Thailand, where they lose control of themselves emotionally and just let it rip. You'd have to agree with me, if you've ever watched a Thai TV drama, what word would you use to describe what you see? Or what adjective would you use? I would say over the top. The music is always do-do-do-dum, do-do-do-dum, and it could be someone blowing their nose, but it's given this dramatic music because everything here seems to be a drama. They talk about sabai, they talk about taking it easy. my wife thinks I'm dramatic because I say hello. I bellow because I'm Irish, because I'm European. We speak louder than they do. By the way, that's made me think. I haven't done this in a while. I got that out of my system. If she saw me do that, if I did that where we live, she would lose face. She'd be totally embarrassed. And they're talking about losing face, but they explode. I've had altercations with Thais in the past where I've had a fist put to my face because of an explosion by a Thai. And as I mentioned that you can see their culture being portrayed in their Thai dramas when it's all dramatic. By the way, I'm not saying this is wrong. This is an observation. Every culture has its own quirkiness. But in Thailand it's emphasized because it's such an insular society. It is absolutely monocultural and insular. That's the reason it's so amplified. That's the reason they're so uniformed in their behavior. And that's the reason they all fly off the handle to a man or to a woman. I've had more than one altercation with a Thai. I've covered the incidences before on this channel, but I did have a fist put in my face, all because a Thai lost face with me because he knocked the light off my camera. I was walking along with a camera one night doing a video, and he was with a motorcycle taxi guy talking to some friends, fading his hands around, and he knocked the light off my camera, broke the light, broke the attachment, and I said to him 2,000 baht, and then he started at me because he'd lost face. And it's very easy for them to lose face. And if they lose face, that's the worst thing that can happen to them. I had an argument with my wife. I'll tell you what, I'll get out of the heat and I'll tell you about this. But I had an argument with my wife once, and she left me for 2 days. But it wasn't because of the argument that we had. It was because of the way I behaved during the argument. There was an occasion when myself and the wife had an argument. There's always an occasion when you have an argument. After all, this is Alpha Omega occasionally. But we were having a right go at each other in a kind of a shouting match within the confines of our condo. And I raised my voice. The door of the condo wasn't closed. If you're probably familiar with the condo, if you watch the channel a lot, there was a mosquito screen that was pulled over, but obviously there was no door closed, so it was audible from outside. And the actual condo complex is like a cauldron. It's a pool in the middle of 3 buildings, and there's 1 building on another side, but there's 4 buildings in total. But it's like a cauldron, and the noise bellows out. And I screamed because I got so frustrated with her. I went, yes. And she left. And she didn't leave because of, by the way, the argument was because of something I had done, and I was wrong. But anyway, it wasn't because of that she left. She went, and that was, I think it was a Saturday, and she left me with Harry, and she was gone. She wouldn't answer my calls. I don't know where she went. And on the Sunday, I was in Burger King with Harry, and she called and she said, I can't go back. Drama. She said, I can't go back. And I said, what? And I apologized for the argument and blah blah blah. You know, the dust had settled. It wasn't the end of the world, you say, but it was for her, because other people had heard. She'd lost face. Other people had heard me scream at her, and she couldn't show her face back there again. That's how she felt at the time. But she wanted to create a drama. So she went away, and she rang me to tell me she could never come back. What did she do? I think it was that evening or the Monday morning. I think it was that evening she came back. You see, Thais never miss the opportunity for a drama. It's not in their nature. Or rather, it is in their nature, drama. So, to avoid any drama, I've happened along this street side restaurant that I've never been in before, but it's close to where I live. I'm just going to do a Google Translate of this stuff because we're not in Sukhumvit and we're not in Pattaya, so everything's in Thai. This is Thailand, of course. Stir-fried chicken offal with basil. This one. Fried chicken wings there. And roasted chicken. What's this one? Hang on. Garlic pork and grilled pork neck. Grilled pork neck would be good. I think I'll go for that. The grilled pork neck. Come bud mai. Are you open? Yeah? Okay, pump out any crap. Gap cola, okay? Any chai, gap cola, okay? Thank you.
แล้วคอหมูย่างมีไหม
Wow, very nice. Pump Ben video YouTube Condio, okay? Pump Kinahan Tine and Pump promotion, okay? Okay, do you want to say hello and put, okay? But no, I'll just introduce you to the lady here who runs this place. Sorry, what is your name?
มิสสาว
Miss Sao. And Bud Kimong Tokwan.
เปิด9โมงครึ่ง
And Pit Kimong.
ปิด2 ทุ่มครึ่งถึง3 ทุ่ม
Okay, and con ni Luca, con Thai, con Farang, con Jin, con Goli.
มีทั้งคนไทยแล้วก็ฝรั่ง คน
Okay,
จีน
very-
ก็มี
Oh, very good.
คนจีนส่วนมากจะมาพักโรงแรมนี้แล้วก็จะมาทานที่นี่
Okay, and is this family business for your family business? Yeah, and you work here with your family? Yeah.
Family
Oh, very good. You're very beautiful. Okay, Konsoy man. Okay. All right, so you got a bit of the low down there. No drama. Let's sit down, get something to eat, and we'll continue. Whoops, daisy. So I've never been here before, and I wonder why. But I would say that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the experiences that I'm sharing with you. And another thing about it is the insularness. Hang on. The insularness that is abound here lends itself to this tribalism, where if you have a confrontation with a local, I won't say the word because there's people within earshot, you have a confrontation with a local, then you will be, let's say, entertained by, people coming out of the woodwork. They will come to the assistance of the other local, as you know. I don't know if that happens. I don't know. It doesn't happen elsewhere. If you're in a confrontation in Ireland and you have a bit of a fracas with a local, 20 locals aren't going to jump out of the woodwork and get on the side of the Irish guy. They will look at it as a sporting occasion, and they will encourage both sides. I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but they certainly won't. They won't be coming out of the woodwork. That's what they do here. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that. And you see, this is what I mean. It's all bloody drama. That's what it is. But there's also the flip side of the coin. Sitting here doing this, talking to that lady, it's very relaxed. But it's on a knife edge. It's on a knife edge. The peace can be disturbed very easily, and it can explode. That's my experience. Well, it's more than my experience. It's both my experience and my observation. And it's 13 years, well, it's over 13 years of observation. I'll tell you what I'd love to do, and I say this a lot. I'd love to have a Leo, or there we are. I'd love to have one of them. But the son is over the yard arm, but I have to drive to the school to collect my son from school. And that wouldn't do at all. And if you have, by the way, regardless of whether you're drinking or not, and I know you shouldn't, and you should never drink and drive, of course, and I never do. They do. All our brothers do. But if you have an altercation with a Thai on the road, forget it. I've had more than one. I had a guy cross a continuous white line. There was a bend in the road and he was coming out from a junction. I was on the bend and he just crossed straight in front of me. I had the right of way because it was a continuous white line, and I beat him. He stopped his car and got out. And I had Harry beside me going to school, and I put down the window. I shouldn't have, but he let me have it in tie, and I just pointed to the continuous white line. He drove on ahead of me. I pulled into the school, and there was a police officer on duty doing traffic duty at the school, and in my rear view mirror I could see him pointing to me and crapping on that I was in the wrong. In fact, he was in the wrong because I don't know how to drive. If you've ever done the driving test in Thailand, you'll know that it's to do with your eyesight and your reaction time. No instruction. There's absolutely no instruction. No one gets into a car with you, a tester, and drives around the streets with you. Nothing like that. It's little wonder they haven't got a clue. Right away, it doesn't exist. Right away, whoever gets there first. That's what it is. Well, right away, it depends. Whoever gets there first, or whoever has the biggest car, or whatever, whoever's not afraid to play chicken. That's basically it. Mother of God. It is hot. By the way, I just wanted, again, I say, and I cannot not say this, I want to extend my gratitude to everyone who helps me out on this channel by buying me a coffee. There you go, lads. Thanks so much indeed. If you want to help me out, you can scan the QR code or click the link below to buy me a coffee, because it's by your generosity and support, it lends itself, it helps me make these videos. It really does. And it gives, not only financially, but it gives me the encouragement and the enthusiasm to keep doing this. There's nothing worse than talking to yourself. Well, Oscar Wilde actually said the opposite. Oscar Wilde said the only way to be sure of intelligent conversation is to talk to yourself. I think my wife would agree with that, because she only likes the sound of her own voice when it comes to an argument. As most, I mean, I'm sure you probably concur with me on your experiences there. There's no arena available to me to extend my sentiment to a willing audience, because she is the unwilling recipient of my contribution to an argument, and she won't entertain it. She'll just articulate her own wisdom as she sees it. As my videos go on, they evolve and they gain momentum. And I love gaining momentum with you because we're continuing to roll on. By the way, today's the 1st of April. I just want to check something. This is another drama thing, okay? 1 second. Yeah, this is something to be aware of. And again, this is drama. If you play an April Fool's joke in Thailand, it can be a significant problem, especially if it involves social media, fake news, or public panic. The authorities, including the Royal Thai Police, routinely issue warnings that such jokes can lead to serious legal consequences, including heavy fines and jail time. For a joke. You see, that's their prerogative. I mean, I agree, fake news. You don't want to be spreading fake news on social media. YouTube doesn't even allow that. But, you know, a practical joke. Is it just involving social media? If it involves Thailand can be a significant, especially if it involves social media. If you play a practical joke on a Thai, like an April Fool's joke, and they lose face, then you'll have a problem. It's true as God. I said it to Harry this morning, and I said it to Harry last night, and he gave me the same answer both times. I said, Harry, tomorrow's April Fool's Day. And he said, yes, Daddy, but not in Thailand. It's absolutely, I won't say it's ridiculous, it's just the way it is. It's the way it is. Oh dear God. I'm looking forward to this. I always look forward to making videos for you. I'll rephrase that. I always look forward to making videos with you. And if you want to be with someone in Thailand, it's very easy. All you gotta do is click the link below to ThaiDate VIP. ThaiDate VIP is a reputable dating site. It's run by a French guy who I have been associated with for the past 3.5 years. And if you want to meet that special someone in Thailand, just click the link below to ThaiDate VIP, register and see what happens. Many guys who watch my videos have met their future partners on ThaiDate VIP. And I just want to say, as a disclaimer, I'm not responsible for what happens after that. because I've never met a man who's been married to a Thai that didn't have a similar experience to me in terms of their missus flying off the handle. Unceremoniously. Okay. Okay, all right, thank you so much. You're very beautiful. Okay. She is, Sue. You see, I always give a compliment where a compliment is due. Wouldn't you? She's having tom yam gung, which is tom yam shrimp. I've had it before, and it's a little bit over the top for me. It's just that little bit, maybe late afternoon, evening time, maybe, or maybe after a session of beer. But not, there's another place across the road. I didn't even see that either. God almighty, there's places that you'd never even hear. You just walk by them every day. It's amazing what you see when you actually stop to look. You. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I told me. Sorry. Okay, it's okay, no worries. Sorry. Okay, no problem. There you go. Wishful thinking, lads. Wishful thinking. I thought it was for me. Thank you, couple. Thank you so much. Come me Pepsi. Pepsi น้ำแข็ง
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
หนูขอเป๊ปซี่น้ำแข็งค่ะ
So there you go. I did, in my ridiculously bad Thai, ask for rice as well, but I don't seem to have received it. But it doesn't matter. This will do the trick. So this is the pork with the sauce and the obligatory cucumber. And our utensils are here. Upsy daisy. Sorry? Oh no, this okay. Yeah. Oh, rice, yeah, chai cup. Noon, yeah, okay, thank you. Okay. Very can gang mouth, thank you. Okay. But I'm getting rice apparently. I must have been overheard. I don't think I've said anything out of place in this video about anyone or anything. But I'm just... Thank you so much. Thank you. They got Pepsi now, okay? Chai crap. Well, a bag of rice. This is about 10 baht or something. Lovely stuff. So, we're all set up. We're all set. There is nothing wrong with a country or a nation being what they are. It's because it is what they are. But it's our experience that can be almost a negative experience because it's so different. Who's that? It's so different to your own. I got a message there. I get messages on here in Thai all the time, and it just... True move. I don't know what it means. I have no idea. They keep sending me in Thai. I just don't know what it means. But it can have a negative effect on us because it's so foreign to our own behaviour. And although I said it in my last video, thank you so much. Wow, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. But it's very big. It's wonderful. But I said in my previous video that I'd become more like a Thai. I think Benjamin Hart, Integrity Legal, said that in an interview. Obviously he's a Thai citizen, but he has become more like a Thai. He feels like he's become more like a Thai in his behaviour, I think, or his beliefs or his manners. I don't know which way it is. I'm not quoting him on that. But I think I have. But when it comes to the drama bit, not really. Not really, not at all. Hang on. And I got a sink full of cola or Pepsi. Wonderful. What I was supposed to do with that is eat it from the bag. That's what you're supposed to do. So I am a Philistine. You know that? Now I'm going to attempt to put it back in the bag. If that's a physical impossibility, it probably is. It is, but it may or may not be. But I mean, it's not the question of getting it back in the bag. It's being seen putting it back in the bag. Like the Super Farang took it out of the bag in the first place. So wiggle, 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 wiggle. I don't think any amount of wiggling is going to do. So I'll finish this. And in the true tradition of this channel, we shall reconvene when I finish. Oops. So we've all but reached a conclusion of the meal, that is. They are baby spring onions. They are lovely. White cabbage is okay. The sauce is okay, but the pork is spot on. When I say I got a sink of it, I wasn't joking. Now let's see what the damage is. Wait a sec. Oh dear God. Non-crop. Tarai crop. Okay, okay. Wonderful, wonder bar. Ah, there you go. Tarai crop.
120
120
รวมน้ำด้วยนะคะ
Huh?
รวมน้ำด้วย
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's good. Good. Okay. 120. Sorry.
เป๊ปซี่น้ำแข็ง25 บาท
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 120. How about that? That's not bad at all. That includes the sink of Pepsi. She is lovely. She is absolutely lovely. I find it hard to contain myself sometimes. But you know what I mean. Oh, thank you so much. Come on. Say bye-bye, YouTube. Okay. Thank you so much indeed. Anna Roy Ma. Okay. Okay. Let's reconvene. Well, that's the place we've just been there behind me. And actually, you can stay there. It's 5,900 per month or 650 per night. Now, there's accommodation for you. This is Soy 47 in Tramragh. If I can find a link for it, I'll put the link for it. But I don't know if I'll be able to find the link. But it's Soy SOI 47 in Tramragh. In Tramragh is the name of the street down there. That's in Tramragh, and this is Soy 47. And she is absolutely. I think you'll agree with me. Whoa, that's a whole lot of woman. But I wouldn't like to cross her. I wouldn't like to cross any woman. Oh, the gates are opening. I better go. Hang on a second. I'm blocking someone's entrance here. They were waiting patiently for me. That's another thing about Thais. They can be very patient when it comes to things like that. Extremely patient. And another thing, if you're not patient, let's say you blow your horn, like I've been oodles of times in the car with the missus, and I blow my horn at some motorcycle or whatever that's cut across me, and she'll go crazy. She'll go absolutely crazy because she knows they fly off the handle so quickly and easily. Don't blow your horn in traffic in Thailand. Gun ownership is, there's a high proportion of people in Thailand that have firearms, and I've seen it on more than one occasion where a road rage incident would result in catastrophe, if you know what I mean. So try not to blow your horn. And here's me telling you, and I do it all the time. But before we sign off on another video, I want to correct myself. That wasn't in Tramragh 47. That was in Tramragh 49. This is in Tramragh 47. 49 is just the adjacent one to it. Sorry about that. Well, listen, lads, I'm not sorry about anything else. I'm not apologising for my observations, because my observations are what I perceive, and I hope. You see, I don't know what he's selling there, but I'm not going to aggravate him. Sweet corn vegetables. I don't know how they make a living. I don't know how they make a living. That's a grocery shop on wheels. He surely spends as much on diesel in a day as he'd make in profit on what he's selling. I don't know. Well, anyway, listen, lads. I really appreciate you being there. Thank you so much, and thanks for putting up with me for yet another video. And if you haven't done so already, click that like button, the share button, subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me. I'm just up here.